Namaste, namaste, and welcome. We are live and we are alive. Outside is raining all day. It's kind of cold. It's really multidimensional weather. I give you my word. Here is multidimensional weather. Yesterday I was without shirt, laying on the sun, beautifully. Bird chirping, butterflies flying all around me yesterday. Today I need a winter jacket again. It's like autumn, you know. So even the weather is multidimensional. Here really weather is multidimensional. Yesterday was really warm spring. Today is cold. Winter jacket. Yesterday I made a video without a shirt, no problem. So weather is multidimensional. Everything is multidimensional. What is wrong? What is right? Was yesterday wrong when it was warm? Is today right? Or was yesterday right? Is today wrong? You know what? Everything is all right. It's right just as it is. It's right today, as the weather is sad. It's right yesterday, as the weather is beautiful. My grandfather, my grandfather, he was a wise man. I never knew. I was a little boy. I knew he was wise, but now I know he was really wise. He told me once, everyone in this world is right. I was looking at him, little boy, I felt this is the truth. This is the first truth I heard in my life. My grandfather told me. He was fighting with grandmother. He said, everyone is right, then you have peace. He said, you're right. Oh, you see, I'm also right. The things are just flowing. Everything is all right. Oh, okay. We got a Hulk here. Telepathic, everything is just throwing around. Everything is right. Yes. He knew she was right. He was right, but he didn't want to fight. So she was right, and he told me, everyone is right, then you never have to fight. You are right, and they are right. He was a wise man. He spoke some truths. Always. This is what I want to speak about in this video. I don't like to see in comments, you are right, this is the truth. I don't like to see these things. Like my grandfather said, everyone is right. Then we don't have to fight and you have peace. So he didn't fight with my grandmother. He said she's right and he's right and let her fight. But yes, I don't like to see you are right when somebody tells me you are right or this is the truth. When somebody tells me you're right, I feel one day you will tell me I'm wrong. This is truth. One day you tell me this is a lie. There's no right and wrong. There is no right and wrong in the truth. We are living in a multidimensional earth now. And everyone has a dimension of their truth in their own being, in their own head, in their own heart, wherever they are. In wherever dimension that they are in that truth. And that truth is right for everyone who is in that dimension of the truth. There's no wrong and no right. Like my grandfather told me, he told me there's no wrong, no right. Everyone is right. I know this now. That's why I don't try to be right. I'm just speaking my truth. I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. I don't want to debate about truths. I don't want to talk about truths. I just want to express the vibration of my realized truth for those who feel also right in the truth that I am, for nobody else. Because everyone is right. Everyone is right. And when we know that we all are right, we agree that we disagree, but we know in your dimension you are right, in my dimension I am right. Inside maybe we can feel, but I'm a little bit higher, but I will be silent. You are right, but you are lower. No problem. You can feel this. No problem. If you know you are on a higher level of truth, you don't fight. You just know inside that you are right and they are also right. But they will not know that they are right until they want to prove you wrong. They are wrong because there's no right and wrong. Third dimensional duality, darkness. Most severe darkness is truth. Victim mentality is truth. Blaming is truth. Hating is truth. Anger is truth. Wars are truth. That he is responsible for what happened to me is the truth. That he did this to you and he is to blame for it, that's the truth. But that's not my truth. If this is your truth, if you have victim mentality, if you hate somebody, if you want to fight somebody in duality, fight the darkness, if you want to oppose somebody, if you're a victim of somebody, if you blame somebody, somebody else is responsible. If there is wrong and right, okay, I give you that right. That is third dimensional, this is fourth dimension. This is not my truth. I acknowledge and accept this truth in multidimensionality of the truth. You're right. You're right. You can be in that low vibration if you choose. I won't stop you. I won't tell you you're wrong and I'm right. Because there's no wrong and right. Truth is multidimensional and we all are right. But I have to tell you, some dimensions of truths are very low. Low vibrational suffering, pain. I don't want that truth. I don't want that right. Everyone has a right for that truth. You don't fight. But these are religious truths. These are dualistic truths. These are truths of the illusion, truths of the matrix, truths of third dimension, truths of not knowing yourself. These are actually third dimensional illusionary truths of separation. And whoever is dwelling in these truths, this is their truth. It's not my truth. It is because multidimensional truth, entirety of multidimensional truth is my truth. No problem. But it's not the truth that I live and I practice and I experience and I want to experience and I want to grow in and develop. It's not my truth. But like my grandfather said, everyone is right. I don't want to be right. I don't want to prove nobody wrong. When you know the truth, then you know that what my grandfather said. Everyone is right. And we don't fight. We don't fight. Everyone is right. I don't try. I'm speaking here very high dimensional source truths, which are free of karma, free of any giving responsibility to others, blaming others, free of illusions, free of all third dimensional, fourth dimensional truth, source truth, pure truth, free of all these truths in this illusion that we see. Some truths I speak shock you because nobody is to blame even for what happened to us. Most crazy things, most sad things, tragic things. Truth, high dimensional truth is that we planned it together with those who caused it to experience it. That's my truth. My truth is higher dimensional. Whatever is happening to me here in this world and to you in my truth, in my source truth, I see clearly that whatever is happening, whatever we are going through, whatever happened to me, and I've been abused, I've been hurt, I've been cheated, I've seen hells of this life on all levels. But in my truth, I'm not a victim. In my truth, I'm not blaming anybody. In my truth, nobody is responsible for what happened to me. In my truth, I'm responsible for all that. And that makes me a master. Because I know that on the higher dimension, in the higher truths, I wanted to experience all this darkness and separation and pain in order to learn about darkness, separation, suffering of this world, so I could learn it, release it, forgive it, heal it, and now I can help others so they can understand what they are going through, and it made me a master. And in my truth, those who caused real harm to me, like my father and many others in higher dimensions, I asked them for that lesson because I wanted to experience, and they were so close to me and loved me so much that they agreed that in forgetfulness they'll hate me and do terrible things to me. That's my truth. And that truth is not for everyone. That truth is not even fifth dimensional. That truth is much higher. That's source truth. I don't want to be right, but this truth gave peace to every master on earth. This realization of truth, everyone is forgiven. Not only that, but grateful for all the lessons that made me a master, made me finish this. This is my truth. Am I right? No. And somebody may blame their father and blame whatever happens, whoever cheated them, whoever abused them, whoever caused any harm upon them. That's their truth. They are on four-dimensional level, third-dimensional level. I cannot tell them they are right. I cannot tell them they are wrong. I can tell them they are right, yes, because they are right, but that's not my truth. I don't want to prove to those who want to suffer in this lower truths of blaming others. Just giving example, I don't want to prove to them that we are responsible for everything what happened here, that from the higher dimensions we have planned this and written it. I don't want to prove to them this. I don't want to prove them wrong. I don't want to anything. I don't want to support that lower truth because they empower more suffering and more suffering and more suffering in the lives of those victims. I stand firm in my truth. I speak higher dimensional truths. I speak deep psychology to help souls get free of all this what hurts us in the core of our being. We can release and forgive. I will speak my truth, highest dimensional truth, for those who respectfully want to hear it, open their heart, want to heal, want to forgive, want to become the embodiment of the highest truths, so they can also know and be the truth that I'm speaking now. So only for those. I don't want to be right. I don't want to prove nobody wrong. Nobody proves me right. That's why I don't debate. I don't talk about truths. If somebody doesn't agree, no problem. It's not for you. It's not for Thing is that you are right and I'm right. And when you know, when you are the embodiment of multidimensional truths, you know they are right, I'm right. Why do you want to fight? Why I want to be right? I don't want to be right. Don't try to be right here. Go somewhere. I won't stop you. You can fill up all your books with your truth. I won't stop you, but I won't try to put your truths and tell me that I'm wrong and how right you are in my book. That's all. It's my book, my truth. I'm standing in my truth, my classroom. I'm teaching the higher truth. I'm helping people to get free of lower truths. It's only for those who feel and resonate with the truth that I'm speaking. That's the beauty, you know. That's the beauty. That's the new earth. New earth is not the same consciousness. New earth is everybody knowing where they belong. Everybody focusing on their truth with those who swim in that truth. And everybody is growing from there. So fifth dimensional behavior is not to go after what you don't like. If somebody said what doesn't agree with your truth, if somebody said something that triggers your truth and you see it as wrong, no, this means you are third dimensional still. This means you are in third dimension. If you want to prove people wrong, you want to prove people right, means that your truth is third dimensional, means that you still believe and dwell in duality of right and wrong, and you have to prove that you are right, and this is linear thinking, linear illusion of separation. I'm right, they are wrong. When you really anchor fifth dimension consciousness, multidimensional understanding, multidimensional being, you understand. No, this is just not my truth. This doesn't resonate with me. I'm sorry, I'm going away from this. I will focus on my truth with those who focus on my truth. So we will grow together in my truth, and we are right. And you're right. Don't try to prove me wrong because you are right, but that's not my truth. That's not something that's tasty for me. Separation, duality, and all this. Oh, like this. When we know we all are right, then we know that also we all are on different dimensions, and in different dimensions we have different truths, different approaches, different versions of the truth. And not every truth resonates with us because it's not in the dimensional vibrational rate of our truth. It's not aligned. It's not for us. It's truth different than ours, truth on another level. If you are on a higher level, you understand this. If you are on a lower level, then can be a problem. Then you see higher truths, because when you are on a mountain, you can see only down, you cannot see up. You understand the path down, you don't know up. You understand what is lower than your truths and what vibrates highest. You may see like lie or darkness or I don't know what, because it's inconceivable for the level of your consciousness. You didn't attain that dimensional consciousness of that truth yet. That's why many times people in lower dimensional truths love to judge those on higher dimensional truths with really dark titles. Pointing finger, judging, condemning, accusing. Why? Because they do not understand. They do not understand. They are in duality. They are in right and wrong consciousness, in duality of hero and anti-hero, of opposition, of savior and doomer, and all these things, you know. And they cannot perceive the higher dimensional vibration that they are situated in. Everyone can see as high as is their attained truth. That's the truth. you know. And when you are on lower stages, you are so full of third dimensional truths, which is separation. That's why you see on that level unified beings that are above duality, above good and right. You see them as very bad if you are on that low religious third dimensional level of separation, of duality. And what is the other truth? That we can see only our own truth. That's what you have to understand. When somebody wants to prove you wrong, when somebody points a finger at you, when somebody accuses you or whatever of that nature, you have to understand that they understand only their own truth. And they are so full of lower dimensional truths that they need to heal in themselves, and they see the reflection of that darkness, of that truth of separation in your truth. And actually, they're speaking about themselves. They're judging you, they're judging themselves. If they're pointing the fingers, they're pointing themselves because they can understand only their own truth, which is lower truth of separation, not your truth. And they are just throwing their own lie, which is also a truth, at you because they understand your higher dimensional truths according to their own lies within, which are once again lower truth, with a true for them but not for you. But they don't realize this. That's why they are wrong when they oppose you. If they would realize this, they would remain in their truth. But if this would happen, then they will grow out of separation. We have to understand. You should not even care when people throwing stones at you. Because these are lower truths than you that do not understand that multidimensional truths. And they are actually only seeing the reflection of what is within them in you and in what you do, what you say. So all you can do for them, you pray, and so it is. You know, there's no right and wrong. There's no right and wrong. They're just levels of truth. Right and wrong is duality. When you are really on the higher dimensional attainment of consciousness, you observe the world, you observe everybody, you just understand. They are right, but their truth is not what I want. You are at peace with everyone, whatever they do, in whatever truth they are, whatever they are doing, unless they are touching you with it. Unless they are messing with your truth, violating your truth. Then you stop them. Then you direct them to mind their own business in their own direction, dimension, in their own truth, and leave you alone. That's how it is. That's how it is. Because when you are right, you stand in your right. This is my truth. I know my truth. I respect everyone else's truth because truth is multidimensional, and if your truth is different than mine, it just means there is difference in vibration, difference in color and style, even if in same vibration. It's just not the truth that resonate with me. And if you leave me alone with your truth, if you don't want to try to change my truth, I leave you alone anyway. We can coexist multidimensionally on this earth, and it is heaven on earth. Actually, multidimensional higher planets, I have to speak with closed eyes. It's much better. Then I see much better. Higher dimensional planets like Arcturus, Pleiades, and like this. Do you really think there is only one level of consciousness on such higher dimensional planets? No, 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 there are many levels of consciousness. If in 4D consciousness, some beings, they 5D consciousness, 6D consciousness, 7D, 9. Have majority in the 5th dimension. You have some higher and some even lower. But what's the secret? Why there's no wars? Why there is no separation? Because everyone knows that everyone is right. And we focus on what we love in higher dimensions. We focus what and who resonates with us. We focus on that. We stick to our colors. That's how rainbows of higher dimensional civilization can exist as one. Because they don't fight. They stick to their own colors and respect each other in love and their differences, their dimensional differences. And in love, they unite. You know, it's so beautiful. In higher dimensions, there are different stages of consciousness on higher dimensional planets like Pleiades and Arcturus and like this Sirius. You have many planets there. And even on the same planets, you have multidimensional consciousness. But there is all-pervading unity consciousness and knowing the truth is multidimensional and there's no right and wrong. Every point is a central right point, regardless where it may be in the multidimensional scale. And the consciousness of such civilization is run by the wisdom and attained truth of high dimensional master beings that lead such civilization, do not rule, and they understand that multidimensional truth that I'm speaking now. So there's no right and wrong, because the core of such civilization understands the law of one, law of multidimensional truth, but there's no right and wrong. So colors do not fight, colors do not want to be right and prove wrong. They know that in love, rainbow can unite and they coexist multidimensionally as one. Even regardless their differences, dimensional differences, no problem, because they understand one thing. They stick to their own color and respect each other. When you know the multidimensional truth, you don't want to change and convert the truth of others, let them be. Because you want to have a right to be right in your own dimension, to practice your multidimensional truth, to express your multidimensional truth of in your dimension when you are situated in your truth. So beautiful. You know, yeah, she forgiven. Okay. You just want to focus on your own truth. You want to have freedom and liberty to express the truth of your dimension, and therefore you respect also the rights of others, the truths that are maybe not same as yours, maybe do not resonate with you. You understand truth is multi-dimensional, and if I want my truth to be respected, I have to respect truth of others wherever they are in the multidimensional scale of truth. You know, that's beautiful. That's how it should be done. You know? And forgive me if I'm now always making videos with closed eyes, because then I can really speak better. I see my heart better. No problem. Truth is multidimensional. We have to look in. Like I'm looking in now to bring the multidimensional truth out. And everything is right. There's no wrong, there's no right. But hey, I'm here to inspire you to fly towards the highest truths, to embody the highest truth in our multidimensional truths. And once again, it's only for those who want it. It's only for those who love the truth that I am, resonate with the truth that I am, because such hearts want to fly in the direction of the source truth, of the pure truth. And it's only for those who want to debate, those who want to be right, those who want me to tell them their answer, those who want something else. It's not for them. I know how the multidimensional truth works. We cannot convert anybody, we cannot change anybody, we cannot force anybody. We can only be ourselves. We can express what is in our heart. I'm expressing and teaching multidimensional truths, psychology, how to stop suffering, how to get free of karma and everyday problems in the relationship and all these things. And once again, these are highest truths of freedom of this world, freedom of karma, and it's only for those who want such truths that are free of karma, free of suffering, free of duality. It's not for everyone. So like this, I don't want to be right, I don't want to be wrong. I don't even have your answer. Your answer is within you. I can only give the word, my teaching, my light, my love within words I'm speaking now, what I'm writing. And the answer is within you. And your answer? Once again, I'm multidimensional poet, and actually all the spiritual literature and word is multidimensional poetry. And once again, what I'm putting there in this video, in what I wrote before, everywhere, it's multidimensional truth on many levels. And once again, everyone who reads, they get their own answer. They get their own meaning according to the attained state, the level of consciousness that they are at. According to that level, they get their multidimensional truth, they get their own answer within. That's why I sometimes see some people with lower truths, they're getting angry and at me because I wrote. You know, I didn't write this. This is your meaning. This is what you understood according to the level of the truth and level that you are healed within yourself. And your truth reflected in the word that I am, you have saw your own reflection only. And these people who get angry at the word that I am and my teaching, this has nothing to do with me because I didn't even mean what I see. Once again, they're seeing their own truth. And spiritual teachers, multidimensional abstract poets and like this, and people like Salvador Dali, they are just putting out the multidimensional truth. And whatever people are seeing in our creation is your truth, and it's right. It's meant to reveal the truth from within you. It has nothing to do with me. If you're triggered with the word that I am, if you get angry at what I said, this is just an indication that there is something within you, some opposition, some resistance, some separation, some duality that got reflected. And you have to heal that anger, that opposition, that fight. It just, you expose your wounds. The article may just trigger your wound. Word that I am trigger your wound. Has nothing to do with word that I am, but it triggered your wound, and your wound is exposed. You can now heal it. And people can attack me what I wrote and like this, but it actually just exposed the answer within them that they have to work on. It just showed where they are, where is their multidimensional truth, on where level. Once again, it has nothing to do with me. Wherever somebody gets angry or something, has nothing to do. Usually even, I didn't even mean anything what they see in the word that I am. Truth is multidimensional. We see our own level of truth. I will see one really, 3 years ago I was really more, now I have divine. I am not so affected by shit of others. I logged out of the matrix and all this. But 3 years when I started this, it was a little bit more heavy. The energies of people, I still feel everything. I feel even more than them. But now it doesn't traumatize me anymore. I feel so deeply that Messenger could traumatize me and comments, the energy people put in. So just last year and a half, Facebook is fun for me. Before was like before, I still feel, but now I am above this. I felt their truth, I felt their darkness, I felt their razor blades in it, and it was like, you know. And I saw one instance how people actually see their own lies, their own wounds, their own whatever in our creation. I have posted that 13-layer pyramid with a Merkaba star on the top. Beautiful picture. It actually represented, for me, in my multidimensional truth, it represented 13 dimensions and your ascended Merkaba light body on the top of the pyramid. That was my beautiful multidimensional truth in that picture. There was a Jewish lady that really, that time, really that hurted me, what she did. There's nothing that I ever meant in that picture. Not even I'm not wicked, I'm not evil that I would put such meaning what she saw. But it was in her family what needs to be healed, what happened in past. And somehow that lady saw that I'm mocking the Holocaust. I don't know. She saw the pyramid and Jews getting sacrificed on the top. There was the Star of David, but on the top, and there was pyramid. And you see, has nothing to do, but I really felt it, and it was really razor blade, terrible energy she projected at me, like accusing me that I'm mocking the Jews and the Holocaust. Hey, my grandfather was in a concentration camp. What do you know? What do people know? You see, that's why we should shut up and just move on, because it actually just triggered her wound, something that happened to her parents, probably. And then she had to go hurt somebody else with it. It was her own perception, her own understanding. I would never even think about such meaning. I'm an ascension teacher. My meanings are all about ascension. I don't see this lower. But you can see from that I saw where is her truth, what she has to heal, what she cannot forgive, what she sees everywhere, and has nothing to do with what she sees. I'm innocent. I would never even think something to share out something so evil, you know. That's not my style. That's not my truth. But that, what I saw is what she should see to heal. That it actually just triggered that ancestral wounds within her. And are actually so severe that she's seeing that everywhere. And projecting her own wounds upon images and things that, and creation of people that never meant anything even close. Actually, I meant something the most highest. She saw mass genocide in the picture, you know, of a Star of David on a pyramid. So we have to understand, people always see their own truths. I even given now extreme, because I remember this, it really sticked me in the heart, because lady was acting like she loves me and she's close to me and like this, and it really felt like I would never think something like that. I'm posting a pyramid because human Merkaba ascension light body is ascended on the top of 13-layer pyramid. I'm not even thinking about such lower truths than sacrifices and this and genocide and all this. You have to have that within you to see that, to get associations and triggers. Truth is multidimensional, and And actually, yes, that was in that picture for her. On that lower dimensional truth, she could get that picture. And I'm multidimensional poet. I see poetry, I post poetry, I post things, and people so many times see things that are within them. Always, 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 always. Always in the spiritual teaching, in spiritual poetry, in multidimensional teaching, multidimensional poetry, we always see our own truth. And we are really disturbed, we really see something disturbing, we get angry. This is just indication, hey, your truth is something very low, has to be healed there. What are you seeing? You know. And you who see love, who see beauty, who see truth, who resonate with it, and you are grateful. This is again the indication of the level of your multidimensional truth where you are. You are beyond duality, beyond this world. You are beyond right and wrong if you resonate with what I'm doing. You know, that's the truth. That's the truth. And everyone is right. But I don't want that lower truth. It's not my right. It's their right. I acknowledge this lower truth as right and true in their own dimension, but leave me alone with them. They don't taste good to me. Duality, darkness, separation, no. I am unity, love. I love Salvador Dali. I'm like Salvador Dali. I feel also Jesus Christ was like Salvador Dali. He said, answer is within you. You know, you are right. And all the saints in India are telling you you are right. And Salvador Dali, he actually said that. He said, I don't know what I'm painting. Why are you asking me what I painted? I don't know what I painted. You know what I painted. You have the answer. You have the meaning of my painting. You know it, and it's the right meaning of I don't know it. I don't have your answer. Salvador Dali paints enigmas. Don't ask me what I have painted. I don't know. You know the meaning of the painting. Yeah, that just shows who Salvador Dali was. He was multidimensional master. He knew the truth of all truths. He knew we perceive reality according to our own truth, and that's why he said, you know the answer to my painting. That's why two people may read the scripture, spiritual scripture, and one of them will go outside and start killing people, and one of them will start ascending. They all see their own truth within. You give me Bible in the hand, I will see mystical, I will connect really some magic dots, and I will do some crazy stuff. You put there in a blind believer, he will think that God is jealous and God is revengeful and he is a sinner and he is this and that, all dogmatic. You give me the Bible, I'll go into the codes. I feel something, I get out something that rare can get out. Truth is multidimensional, that's why. I also say like this. Don't ask me about the meaning, what I have written, what I'm speaking. I'm not here to tell you the truth. I'm not here to indoctrinate you. I'm not here to tell you how it is. I don't know the meaning. I'm here just to remind you with my teaching, with my guidance, with my activation, where that I am. I'm just here to remind you that the answer is within you, that the truth is within you, and whatever answer is within you is your truth. I don't have your answer. If you are disturbed with yourself. If you want to fight with yourself. If you want to debate with yourself. If you want help, you may get advice, because this is what I'm here to give for guidance. If you want in comments, I may give in Messenger. I don't work in comments. Sometimes if I see sincerely somebody seeking guidance, then I will give guidance, because I'm here to help. But if I want to speak about truth, how it is, who's right, who's wrong, and why it is like this, and how I don't want to juggle in the mind. I'm here just to remind you, to activate you, that the truth is within you, and whatever truth is revealed within you is right, is your truth. So once again, I don't have the answer to the word that I am. You have the meaning. You have